Welcome to Rollga Restore. My name is Kat Barnes and I'm a personal trainer and fascia specialist with Rollga Fitness. Today we'll be working with the Rollga foam fascial roller and we're going to take you through about a 30-minute routine to help you loosen up and get rid of the stiffness and soreness that you might have today. So right away we're going to start with the Rollga between our feet. Real quick, we're going to start with some breaths. Deep breath in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Good, big filling breaths into that belly. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. We got two more just like that. And exhale, one more. Good, right away let's kind of check in with your body. I want you to fold from the hips, reaching for those toes. Loosen up that back and kind of feel which side's hurting or more tight than the other. I want you to shake your head yes and no, letting the tension fall from the base of the spine and the neck. And then I want you to tuck your pelvis and roll it on up, nice and slow. All right, you guys, whichever leg was feeling tighter, we're gonna start talking about the zones on the Rollga. So the Rollga has zone 1, and we're gonna take the foot that was tighter and just drop it in zone 1, right in the center. This nodule is used to kind of keep you away from your spine, forearms, dropping your shins in there at certain times. We get about 20% direct pressure down in zone 1. Zone 2, this is the best one for your foot, so we're gonna drop it right on the outside. These two outside nodules are zone 2. Here, let's move nice and slowly. I want you to feel for any tension that there is in your foot. And right now you should feel that your foot is getting a little bit warmer. So the blood flow is increasing there, the circulation is increasing. And as you find tight areas, I'd encourage you to shift your weight and try to balance. So really keep that core tight, lift up nice and tall. Good, so effectively what we're doing here is just like when you get a foot massage, if they go over a tight spot, they wouldn't just roll right over it, they'd keep kneading in, and that's what we're doing. We want to see if we can get some relief there. Good, zone 3, we're gonna drop into the outside, and this is just to tell you how the zones work. This we use for our shins, we'll put our glutes in there, our quads, calves. There's a lot of areas that will sit in zone 3 today. And then the last one is zone 4 on the outside. Go ahead and drop that foot on the outside. Good, so again, the center is 1, second nodules are 2, third making our way out, and then 4 on the outside. Let's go ahead and send those feet back out. Let's reach for those toes already. Sometimes when we can loosen up the fascia in the foot, the whole body will feel a little bit looser on that side. Go ahead and tuck that pelvis and roll it up. Let's do that same stuff on that right foot. So I'm gonna have you roll on zone 2, nice and slow. So just the center nodule. Here you're looking again for areas that are tight or knotted, binded areas of fascia. And when you find them, try to find your balance. Put some pressure down. Good, now if you're not there yet, just kind of shifting on and off. Some people are really tight in their feet. And it might not be today that this is good for you, but next week it could be better. Good, all right guys, nice deep breath in. Let's reset with the Rollga on the outside or the inside of those feet. This time we're gonna grab the Rollga. We're gonna bring it up overhead, nice deep breath. Good, shoulders pull away from the ears, abs are tight. As we inhale, we extend, reaching the chest towards the sky. Inhale, exhale, nice and tall. Good, inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, nice and tall. One more. Good, the hands are gonna come directly in front of the shoulders. Abs are tight, shoulders rotate down and back. Here we're gonna flex at the hip, so we're gonna send that bottom back. Head is gonna reach between the arms. Abs are tight, we're waking up those hamstrings. Nice and tall on the exhale, come right back up. Hands can come in front of you or above you on the way up. Deep breath in on the way down. Exhaling on the way up. Good, let's do 2 or 3 more, just like that. Inhale and exhale. And one more. Good, here we're gonna sit down and back into those heels and just basic squat here. I want you to imagine a chair behind you. Nice deep breath in, weight sits into the heels, and as we exhale, arms stay in front, we drive straight up. Okay, we got 3 more just like that. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. 2 more. And 1 more. Good, we're gonna jump right into rolling from here. So I'm gonna have you drop your knees to the ground. We're gonna take the roller in zone 3 on the quads in a forearm plank position. Here we're gonna make sure the navel is sucked up towards the sky and that your glutes are turned on. We can roll anywhere from the top of the knee to the bottom of the hip. Whew. Nice deep breaths. And if you're gonna go slow, we really wanna think about drawing the blood towards the heart. So as you roll the roller towards your belly, nice and slow, and maybe a little bit quicker on the way up. Now, just like your feet, if you find any areas of tension, please hang out there and just join me when you're ready to start rolling again. If there's different areas you'd like to hit on those legs, we can turn those heels out in and toes out. Find those inner vastus muscles, especially up by the knee. Good, big exhales, big inhales. Don't forget to breathe here. And if we have some more of that outer vastus, so that vastus lateralis, you can go ahead and drop those toes in and heels out. And about midway up the thigh, there might be some intense pain. And if there is, you can always lift one leg off and just use that to support you. So whatever you need to do for you and your comfort today, this is all preference. Let's get one or two more pass-throughs here. Good, from there we're gonna open our arms up on the outside of our mat. We're gonna take a press up from the floor, abs are tight, and let's just talk about this modified plank position. Here we really wanna suck the navel in, abs are tight. We're gonna reach the chest towards the floor on the inhale. So inhale, chest comes between the hands. Exhale, we lift up. Here we get a little roll and a little warm up for that chest. We'll need it in a minute. Good, two more. And one more. Good, we're gonna drop those knees down and I'm gonna let you do what you'd like, but what I like for a stretch here is to drop my hands on zone 4 and extend nice and long in front of me. Let your head rest between your arms, open up those lats and shoulders. Take a few deep breaths here. When you're ready, we're gonna pull that Rollga back to your knees. And we're gonna do some shin rolling. So I like to set up with just my knees on top of it, and I'm about 2 feet away with my hands. Here I'm in a nice tabletop position. My glutes are directly over my knees, and I'm just gonna draw those knees in on my exhale. So whenever you're comfortable drawing the knees in, go ahead and pull them in, and exhale, draw them back. If you want a little more pressure on those shins, you can always sit back into your legs, almost like we're sitting on top of ourselves. And if we need a little less pressure, just like before, we're gonna unload. Whew. Sometimes loosening up the fascia on the front of the tibia that wraps around here can really help with plantar fasciitis, as well as shin splints and calf cramps. So take your time here. Now what's really nice about this Rollga is that with a traditional roller, we're not really able to roll around the tibia in a very comfortable position. So this zone 3 really allows for us to get to the connective tissues around the tibia. All right, let's have a little more fun here. I'm gonna have you sit back down and go ahead and press it right underneath your knees here. Our hands are gonna go back to that traditional push-up stance, and we're gonna combine some things. So let's go to that modified plank position. This is a little bit harder, and if this isn't for you, you can go back to those modified push-ups on your thighs. We're gonna take a nice deep breath in. I want you to bring your chest down. Good, press up, knees into that belly. Abs are nice and tight on these sets. Breathe and bring it down. Abs tight. Good, let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Good, you're gonna drop your knees on the inside now. Here you're gonna pull the Rollga out and go ahead and place it so it doesn't roll around. Hands are on the outside directly under your shoulders. Let's just open up that chest, a nice chest stretch. And other side. Lift the hand up towards the sky. You can look towards it or away. All right, let's rotate that roller. It's gonna stay right under your shoulders here. We're gonna set up in a plank position. Modified plank, knees are gonna stay down, nice long line from the shoulder to the knees. Otherwise, toes in, brace your abs. Glutes should be turned on here. Let's open up those hips a little bit. On your next exhale, I want you to bring your right leg to the outside of the right Rollga. Foot should be flat, shins nice and tall above it. Go ahead and press into that stretch. Deep breath in. Good. On your next exhale, why don't you send that leg back to plank. Good. Another deep breath here, and on the exhale, let's switch those legs up. Really relaxing into the stretch and breathing. All right, so this time we're gonna keep that left leg where it is, and we're gonna draw the right leg to the outside, just like it was before. Sitting into a squat as low or as high as you need to. Deep breath in, roller comes with you overhead. Good, flexion and extension of the spine. Deep breath in, chest reaches towards the ceiling or the sky. Exhale, nice and tall. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Here, we're gonna reach for those toes. This is your second check-in. Tell me if you're feeling any looser, any tighter. Shake your head yes and no. Good, we're gonna leave the Rollga on the ground now, and we're just gonna scoot it to the middle of our mat. So we've done the front side, and it's about time to hit that back side. We'll start seated on the roller. Zone 2 under your sits bones. So here we're just gonna cradle that spine, and we know we're in the right spot when your tailbone is right in zone 1, so you're not feeling it rub against anything. All right, we're gonna extend that right leg out and let the toes fall open. From there, our right arm falls to the right side, and we let our glutes sit into zone 3. Now, if this is where you're at, just by lifting that foot and rolling in that turned out position, perfect. But if you're looking for a little bit more, kick that leg up and over, and take your time to work from the bottom of the glute to the top of the glute. Now, this is all preference. Go ahead and wiggle yourself around however is comfortable. But if you find any, intense areas of pain, hang out there. Whew. Now in the center of the glute, in this externally rotated position, you may find your piriformis, and there may be some pretty intense pain there. If there's any sharp shooting pain, please refrain from doing that movement and keep moving through something else. Whew. All right, my favorite spot here is the medial part of that glute. So we're gonna extend that leg back out where it was. Now we're gonna drop that elbow down and let your rib cage fall open to about a 45-degree angle. Zone 2 is hitting that medial part of your glute here at the top part, kind of on the inside of your SI joint, and just a little shift is enough. Sometimes this can be so tight that there's pain down your whole leg or up your back. And if that's the case, just breathe through and just hang out. All right, let's bring it nice and tall. Sit back up. Reset yourself on zone 2s and extend that left leg. Again, if this is comfortable for you, just off the ground a little, cool. Otherwise, bring it up. A little more attention there by rotating the glute into that open position. Whew. How's this one feeling today, Britt? That was a lot of squats yesterday. All right, just like before, re-extend, drop that elbow down, and let those hips fall open just slightly. Find that tender spot. Most people have it. And breathe through. See if the tension dissipates. Good, let's bring it up nice and tall again. Here we're gonna let the roller slide under. And we're gonna skip the hamstrings today just because I wanna focus a little bit more time on those calves. So you're gonna take the meaty part of the calf or the gastroc where it splits into two, and we're gonna lay that on zone 2. From there, it's really important to relax your foot. So give your leg a little wiggle, let it dig in. And then from here, we can work our way up. Using your opposite leg, go ahead and support yourself up, and we'll roll back and forth. Now, if this is too much, you can control it by how much you're pushing off your foot. And if it's not quite enough, you can always stack and load that leg a little bit more. Woo-hoo is right. Now the calf here, if you were to imagine a sponge being squeezed, think about your leg or your calf, the gastroc here, being squeezed against your roller. And as it squeezes against the roller, water's pressing out. Now this isn't clean water, this is like that dirty water from scrubbing your car, but you're squeezing out that dirty water now, and it's letting us soak in that real clean water. What is it? All right, now the gastroc can't stay split open, so we're gonna drop it into zone 3, and we're gonna put it back together. So same idea here. Now what you might find is that there's a couple more adhesions on the outside of the calf now. So take your time, keep breathing. Now if this is too much for your wrists, I encourage you to get something to hold on to press out with a straighter wrist. Or if it's too much for the shoulder, we can always just oscillate by pressing more weight, rotating side to side through your movement. So whatever works for you, sometimes I'll even drop the other one on there, or I'll get an assistant to press down. All right, let's go ahead on over to the other side. Again, meaty part of the gastroc, drops on zone 2, lifting with the opposite leg. Go ahead and roll out that calf. Woo-wee. Now, we've rolled out our feet today and our shins. So the calf is kind of the third one that we'd always roll out if we're dealing with some lower issues, plantar fascia, shin splints, calf cramps. And this is the season for all those tries, all that running and all that biking. So take care of your calves. Right, drop that calf into zone 3. Let's put it back together and finish up those calves. I think my feet must smell sweet. I have a bee by them. That's not really common. All right, let's set up a different type of stretch here. We're gonna drop those ankles right into zone 3, and what's nice here is that we can support them without pressing on the tendon there. So we're gonna let the feet fall naturally, and we're just gonna take our check-in a little bit different. We're gonna reach up and over those legs with a flat back to start. So really reach the chest towards the legs, sitting up nice and tall, and work your feet through a pointed or a flexed position, kind of whatever area is tighter for you. Whew. And then if we really want to get technical and think about how the fascial sheaths wrap around us, underneath our whole bottom of our foot, it wraps up and around and up through the back and through the spine, all the way up to the back of your head. Go ahead and relax your neck here. Let yourself round, and what you might find is that there's a big pull all the way through here. Now, if you could put that pull on a scale of 1 to 100, I only want that pull at about 70. So wherever you need to be at 70% of a pull right now. All right, ladies, go ahead and scoot your bottom forward, let those feet fall to the floor. We're gonna move on to your back. Now, just like with your tailbone sitting on it, we want your spine to fall right in zone 1, and we don't want to roll below the rib cage. We want to stay above the rib cage. So we're going to lean back where the rib cage starts. Go ahead and tuck that pelvis, keep your abs tight, and support your neck. Here the neck should stay in line, the hips can lift, and we can roll anywhere to the top of the shoulders, all the way to the bottom of the rib cage. Now we just want to move slowly here. There's no need to stop at any adhesions. There's not a ton of tissue here. Well, there might be, depending on your build, I guess. So we're just gonna take our time and really relax. Now, if you hear any popping, or cracking, it's probably just gases leaving the joints. Again, if there's any sharp or shooting pains, please stop, take a few breaths, and try something different. All right, now let's get into a couple of other areas. I want you to lean into that right side. What we'll find is that we work our way up the serratus into the lat a little bit more. We're just leaning into the right side. Now there's a couple different ways we can hold our hands when we do this. We can cross the arms in front of the chest and kind of push into the roller. So add a little bit more feedback by actively pressing into the roller. You can leave your arms up and out, and you can feel the roller on zone 4 pressing onto that rear delt. Or you can support the spine, and here I feel all of those things as well. Go ahead and let's rotate over into that left side, up the lat, through the serratus, and the rear delt. If you tried them all before, try to switch up those arms again. Working either crossed by pushing back, or lengthened, or behind the spine. All right, go ahead and bring it back to the center and drop those hips. We're gonna lay it on out and we're gonna let the Rollga fall under our neck. So zone 1 goes right underneath the head and neck. And here we're gonna let those palms fall open on the ground. We're gonna take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And out through the mouth. Good. I want you to pull that roller from underneath you and send your arms out long. So we're gonna lay back flat on the ground. We're gonna take a deep breath in. As we inhale, arms are gonna come over your chest. As we exhale, we're gonna tuck that chin up and roll the spine off the ground. Reaching up towards your feet. We're just gonna put a few check-ins here. So deep breath in. Roll and drop every vertebrae one at a time. The arms will come over your head at the very bottom. Good, let's do that 2 more times. Deep breath in, arms come overhead. Exhale, curve the spine. Roll it up and reach for those feet. And 1 more. Deep breath in, we sit up. Exhale, peel it down. Good, this time we're gonna reach. Good, reaching for those feet. This is your very last check-in. What feels tight, what feels loose? Good, let's roll it up. Go ahead and stack those vertebrae. We're gonna take zone 3 behind the neck and we're just gonna finish there. So go ahead and lay back on zone 3. Feet can be long, or legs can be long and extended, or knees bent, feet flat on the floor. But we're gonna let the palms fall open 1 more time. So Rollga restores both to activate the muscles, increase range of motion and flexibility, and really work the fascia to that fluid supporting fascia that we want. But it's also to relax the body. So we're gonna start with a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, staying in this relaxed position. All right, let's take that nice next breath together. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. 1 more in through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Good, on your next inhale, I want you to tighten your feet and your ankles as much as you can. I want you to inhale and tighten and hold the breath. As you exhale, I want you to dissipate and let that release. Good, on your next inhale, we're gonna work your way up your shins and your calves. Inhale and tighten. Find the tension, hold the breath. Exhale and release. Moving into your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes. Inhale and tighten. Exhale and release. Belly, where we hold a lot of our tension. Inhale and tighten up that belly. Find all the things you've been worrying about today and pull them into the knot in your stomach. Hold that breath and that tension. And exhale, expel the tension through the mouth. Next inhale is into the chest, the back. Inhale and tighten. Hold the tension. Exhale and release. Hands, fingers, wrists. Deep breath in and tighten. Exhale and release. Forearms, biceps, triceps. Inhale and tighten. Exhale and release. Last one, shoulders, where we pull all that tension during our workday. Inhale and tighten up those shoulders. Exhale and release. Go ahead and take a few more breaths here. And when you're ready, I'll have you roll to your side and find your way to a seated position. Awesome. So hopefully from the beginning of class, the first time we reached for your toes, you were a lot tighter than the last time we reached for our toes. So we did a few different ways to check in with your body today. Hopefully you found some improvements and some release of tension. But anyways, that is Rollga Restore with myself. My name is Kat again, and thanks for watching.